I don't know if you guys know Anonymous. It's a hacking group. It's a very decentralized hacking group. They famously wear these Guy Fawkes masks, and they're kind of anarchists a little bit. When I was in the hacking community, I was very interested in like Anonymous, but Anonymous is a bunch of different people. I think they have a Twitter account that's run by specific people. Anyway, David Pakman interviewed Anonymous on air one time with a member of the Westboro Baptist Church. And the Anonymous guy basically hacked their website live on air and put some stuff up there live while they were talking. It was just the best. Anyway, Anonymous has a message for the country that they just released.
Greetings, users of TikTok. You may have noticed disruptions across your social media platforms.
Yeah, when this happened, Twitter was down. Twitter was brought down by an organized attack.
It began with Twitter and is now extended to Snapchat. These platforms are struggling to maintain stability due to targeted and strategic actions against their systems. Know this. This is only the beginning. They may regain control temporarily, but their infrastructure will continue to falter over and over again. You may be asking, why is this happening? The answer is clear. Social media wields immense influence, not just in the United States, but across the globe. Elon Musk understood this power and exploited it, aligning himself with Donald Trump to manipulate the outcome of the 2024 presidential election. We have investigated. We have seen the evidence. The 2024 election was not free from interference.
So Anonymous is openly claiming that there is evidence that the election in 2024 was hacked and stolen on behalf of Donald Trump. Do I personally think that's the case? I mean, there's more to this Anonymous video that I want to listen to, but just to address this, do I think that's the case? I think that if it was possible, he absolutely would have done it. Donald Trump and Musk, 100% for sure. But do I think it's possible? I'm leaning no. Because over the past 4 years, I've learned how the electoral system works. And I found that, like, it's actually very difficult to breach. By the way, the algorithm is hitting me hard right now, completely ignoring me. So I'd appreciate if you watch to the end of the video. Having increased watch time as a percentage and a raw number is what pushes the video further. Also, check out my books, owenmorgan.com. All right, back to the video. I think that the best way that they could have done it is through voter suppression. Could they have suppressed by throwing out ballots, by saying, oh, I don't even know if this person is real, toss them. This person has a weird little squiggly on the end of their name, toss it, just throw it in the trash. If they did enough of that in blue districts and they didn't do it at all in red districts, I can see that swaying the election. And they did absolutely for sure do that, 100%. Without a doubt. Like, we can look at the numbers and we know how many voters were tossed out like that. It's not a secret. But the bottom line is, I don't think it was stolen. I'm willing to change my mind, but I don't believe so right now. Not for nothing, but Donald Trump has come out and admitted that he stole the election. Do I think he did? I don't think he was capable of doing so. But you get things like this and it raises eyebrows.
Sad, because I said, can you imagine, I'm not going to be president? And that's too bad. And then what happened is they rigged the election and I became president. So that was a good thing. It was a good thing.
They rigged the election and I became president.
They rigged the election and I became president. So that was a good thing. It was a good thing.
I think that he says like this intentionally to try to make it seem as though, to try to get himself on the news, basically. But there's plausible deniability. I don't think he actually did it. How about this one? Tucker Carlson does an interview with Elon Musk. He has his kid on, and they say this. I don't think the subtitles on this are exactly correct, but you'll get what I'm saying here.
Should we help President Trump?
Yeah.
Well, you have. Yeah.
We're in SpaceX and quietly just do whatever we want.
If we're in SpaceX, we quietly just do whatever we want. Now, I don't believe that Elon Musk would be stupid enough to talk about plans that are very, very illegal, like hacking an election to steal it. I don't think he'd talk about that in front of his 4-year-old kid and then take his 4-year-old kid on an interview with him. I think that would be so stupid. I think it's even beyond him. So I think what's being said here is probably innocuous, but it's kind of weird, right? Somebody subtitled it evil laughter. That's not evil laughter. That's just a kid laughing. Come on.
What's your assessment? Did this work? Is he going to win?
By the way, this was cut out of the Tucker Carlson interview. This was removed from it and posted later without it.
Yeah, it is. Not for now. No.
He says they'll never know.
I think it's done.
I mean, he's just being a kid.
You think it's done?
Yeah.
But never know.
No.
They'll never know. Again, what does that mean?
I'm looking at the data as it comes in from every county in Pennsylvania.
Oh, he can tell us.
That's weird, right? Is that weird? Again, I don't think Elon would discuss anything in front of a 4-year-old that he wouldn't want getting out to the news, but whatever. Kind of raised my eyebrows, that's all. I just don't know what's going on. Point is, I don't think that it was hacked, but Anonymous does, so let's continue with the Anonymous video.
We have seen the evidence. The 2024 election was not free from interference. We can say with certainty that data was altered to secure a victory for Donald Trump. Key swing states, Pennsylvania, Georgia, and Michigan, experienced database breaches within ballot counting systems. Do you believe this is coincidence?
No, I don't. And again, I absolutely believe that Trump would 100% for sure, and Elon, try to hack the election systems if they could. It's just that we have hand-tabulated ballots. Like, we can count by hand. Did they count those by hand? I'm not sure. I don't know. Did Kamala Harris challenge the result? I have no clue. I don't know. She should have, certainly, like Trump challenged them. But anyway.
Do you believe this is coincidence? But the manipulation did not stop there. Musk weaponized Twitter's reach to spread misinformation, feeding the public artificial threats and fabricated narratives designed to influence voter decisions. This is why social media platforms now find themselves in turmoil.
Yeah, this above anything was absolutely election interference. Elon Musk purchasing Twitter and basically directing everything toward Trump, making him the most talked about, the most popular, most interesting person on Twitter. Even going so far as to actually ban the word cis as hate speech, but not ban people from, saying the N-word. The N-word wasn't banned as hate speech, but cis was. It's very obviously a bias, right? Clearly. This is a dead to rights example of election interference. I don't know how it gets any clearer than this. And all of that that MAGA nutcases did over the past 4 years about how, Trump is being treated unfairly and the justice system weaponized against all that goes right out the window. They suddenly don't give a shit about any of it when it's being weaponized in their favor. It wasn't being weaponized before, but now it is being weaponized in their favor, and they're all in.
Twitter and its leadership directly interfered in democracy, not just in the presidential election, but in elections across the country. And yet, other platforms stood by in silence. Their inaction makes them complicit.
Absolutely agreed.
They continue to suppress the truth. They continue to censor reality. Let it be known, as long as they remain complicit, their systems will remain unstable. Only when they uphold the rights of the people, only when they allow the truth to be told, will they regain control. To the CEOs of these platforms, do what is right. If you will not serve the people, you do not deserve to be available to the people. To the remaining social media platforms, take heed. What is happening to Twitter and Snapchat is not an isolated event. It is a warning. You have enabled deception, profited from manipulation, and stood idle as the truth was buried. That time is over. If you continue down this path, you will share their fate. You are being watched. Your silence will not protect you. Your compliance will not absolve you. Make your next moves carefully. We are anonymous. We are legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Expect us.
Fascinating, right? If you're curious about the origins of the mask, it's from the movie V for Vendetta. It's called a Guy Fawkes mask, Fawkes. They're for sale all over the place. Anyway, I'm going to Minneapolis, Minnesota for American Atheist Convention, April 17th, and I hope that you guys make it there. That would be awesome. Because my wife is going to be there for work purposes. It would be really fantastic if I had somebody just like hang out with, so I wasn't bored to tears while she's off doing work-related things. So I hope you guys make it for real. I hope there are a bunch of people that I can hang out with, because there aren't always like a lot of people. Sometimes there are a couple of people, but they always have other things going on too. So I'll have plenty of time to hang out. Atheists.org to find out conference details if you're interested. The thing about Anonymous, or let me rephrase, the thing about the Catholic Church in Germany in World War II, we'll start there, is Hitler didn't want to piss him off too much because, you know, he can size up enemy armies like Russia. He can strategize and figure out the best way to take on like the UK or America or whatever. But the Catholic Church would have been an enemy from within. They would, like, if he pissed off the Catholic Church and they fully turned against him and said, forget it, we're out, everybody throw down your arms, Hitler would have had a rash of mutinies on his hands, boats commandeered in the name of the Catholics, and platoons commandeered, and deserters, and everything else. And who knows, all the way up the chain, who, maybe even in, like, the Reichstag or wherever, somebody along the chain probably has access to him who was Catholic. And, you know, if the Catholic Church turned against him, would have been willing to do something dramatic. That's why he never fully committed to burning down the Catholic Church as an institution, because a country can be destroyed from within when it can't be destroyed from the outside. And that's kind of what Anonymous is. It's regular people that work at Facebook, some pretty high up, you know, some technical engineers, some principal engineers at Facebook, some at Twitter, some at Google, some hobbyists, some people that, you know, designed the chip architecture for like Intel or whatever. They're people from all backgrounds, all walks of life, people that wrote cute FTP in 1996 or whatever, people that have been in this field for a very long time and know what they're doing. That's who Anonymous is. Anonymous is a decentralized group, but when they put their mind to it, they can do untold amounts of damage. And just one example of how they're causing damage. I don't know exactly how Twitter was brought offline, but if I had to guess, I would assume that it's a DDoS attack, a distributed denial of service attack. And the way it works is you send a ton of requests to Twitter to give you this page. Like, go to twitter.com homepage and it'll send you this data. And they do that like 1 million times a day, right? Or more, billions of times a day. They serve people different pages. Except when you are requesting a page that doesn't exist or whatever, or you're trying to access a page that you're not supposed to have access to, the server has to go through additional steps, additional processes to validate whether you have access. It's additional processing power. So Anonymous will, for example, take like 1 million different computers and all hit Twitter at once with all of these denial of service attacks. Like they'll request access to web pages on Twitter all at the same time within the span of seconds. And then they'll do it again and again and again. And the server gets so overloaded, it starts, you see the little wheel turning and nothing is happening for everybody everywhere because the servers are so bogged down. It's hard to get access to that many computers, but people will pass around these pieces of software that basically act as little nodes. Like you download something from the internet, and you install something, you install Opera web browser or something, and that little piece of code is in there that acts as a node, and it just sits there dormant on your computer indefinitely until called upon by somebody in Anonymous, for example, that wants to do this attack. They send a trigger, basically says, start doing this DDoS thing. They give it an IP address to attack, and your computer is now just hitting these servers over and over and over again. And they get 2 million different servers from 2 million different people that have downloaded this software or that software or whatever. It's like a virus, except it doesn't harm your computer. It's used to harm a different computer later on down the line. And it's super, super difficult to detect since it doesn't affect you in any way. So the point is, that's just one way that Anonymous attacks, various different organizations. Once the network is exposed, the DDoS network, though, it's not really usable anymore. You have to start over. So it's kind of difficult to maintain. But anyway, that's just one example. Tell me what you think about Anonymous, though. Like, do you think that there's something to what they're saying here? And do you think that they're really going to do something in retaliation to their belief that the election was stolen? Let me know what you think in the comments.